Michael Johnson. During his time at DeMatha, Mr. Johnson played freshman basketball and varsity football. He was a member of the National Honor Society and volunteered as a lab assistant. He received the Father Patrick Clinton Award at graduation and attended Virginia Tech, where he had a distinguished career academically and athletically. To this day, he is the only NFL player to also be an architect. Mr. Johnson's career in architecture has been as impressive as his 11 years in the NFL. He has been an active alumnus who has done a wonderful job in working with the school to remodel St. John DeMatha Hall and to preserve its integrity and beauty. He has retained the character of the historic building while modernizing. His meticulous design effort and daily management of the construction during the overhaul and improvements to the state-of-the-art Hanley Science Wing was a gift that will benefit DeMatha teachers and students for years to come. Mr. Johnson has served on countless boards and committees, and he has improved the lives of innumerable people. Significantly, he always represented us as a gentleman and scholar. In recognition of his generosity and his commitment to the school's mission, and for his embodiment of our ideal to be a gentleman and a scholar, we award the 2012 St. John DeMatha Medal to Mr. Michael Johnson.
First, I'd like to say thank you very much. I truly appreciate the honor. I didn't expect it when Dan McMahon called me and told me. I almost told him no, because I'll be honest with you, I'm exceedingly shy, and this makes me very uncomfortable to stand here in front of such a large group of people. But it's such an honor, there's no way I could ever say no. I want to thank, first of all, my mother sitting right here. I want to thank her for deciding where I was going to go to high school in 1976. Unbeknownst to me, because I had nothing to do with that decision, but she made a very, very wise decision. So I want to first of all thank her for that. I'm going to be very, very brief, but somebody asked me a question maybe about a week ago relative to this particular event. And on this really special day, I was asked, why does anybody, or why does anybody decide to donate their time to a particular institution or particular event, or why do you give yourself? Why do you give your time? For me, I'd like to say, it took me a while to think about this, because in 1976, I came into this school as a very awkward, shy 13-year-old, and I didn't really have a lot of confidence in myself. I didn't know a lot. I was uncomfortable, and when I came to this place, I was made to feel comfortable, and I was challenged every day. And as you all know, students specifically, there are certain lines that you need to stay within. If you come outside those lines, you may have a problem. But I was comfortable inside those lines. Now, everything wasn't perfect, and every day wasn't wonderful, but every day I knew that, and I'm sorry for Mr. Moreland, who you guys probably, he's not been your principal. He was nobody to toy with. But I knew that in spite of that, he sincerely cared about me individually. Among that, then I think it was 800 students around at that time. And I choose him because he's sitting right in front of me, but every teacher, as far as I can see, as far as I'm concerned, every piece of part of the faculty, the staff, everybody has a commitment to you guys. And I would just like to, it's my small, sometimes it's tangible, with the architect and those kind of things, but in some small way, I'd like to continue that so that in 25 years, 30 years, a 13-year-old who's a little awkward, he's not really sure of himself, he will come to a place and he'll know that he will be challenged and he will have high expectations and he's going to have to toe a specific line. But he'll know that everybody there, in their own way, cares about him individually, care about his future, they care about him 20 years after he leaves this place. I mean, Mr. Morgan, I use him since he's right here. When I graduated from college, and I'm 15 years removed from DeMatha, I saw him one day, and it was as though I saw him yesterday. He specifically, and that's just him. They're all the faculty are like that. Now, again, I will say, it doesn't feel like that every day. Because there are days when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But just make sure you understand that that thread that started 60 years ago, where the faculty and the staff of this institution, this place, I mean, there's buildings and there's things that are tangible that you can touch, and I've had an opportunity to design some of those. But the reality of this place is not any of that stuff. This place is the care that the people in charge have for each one of you. And don't make a mistake and think that it's not there. And don't make a mistake and ignore it. And don't make a mistake and miss it, because it's there. And that thread started 60 years ago. It continues today, and hopefully in some small part I can help that it can continue on in the future. Thank you again for the award, and I'm really